Have artists this year, and with me today is Yaya Diamond and Reverend Barry. Welcome to the show, and welcome to at the Van Wezel. And you've performed here before, haven't you?
Yeah, a few times. Thank you for having us. Always excited to play the Van Wezel. The Friday Fest is an incredible event.
Yeah.
I mean, I think last time we played, there must have been 4,000 people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes it turns over because some people come at 5 o'clock, and then people come after work, and you know, it really is a cool evening. My favorite nights are when the sun is setting, and you know, we'll have boats out on the water, and people are up dancing, and your music is fantastic. Now, Yaya, how long have you been with the band?
Oh wow, 3 years, right? 3.5 years now.
Seems like an eternity.
I'm gonna get him later. Anyway, so
and Yaya, who we all can see is gorgeous, just told me she's a grandmother, which absolutely knocked me away.
I am. Be quiet. I am. I have a granddaughter and a grandson.
My grandmothers didn't look like you, I must tell you.
Thank you.
They look like traditional grandmas, you know, but you look great.
Thank you.
But, so you both sing in the band? You both are lead vocalists?
Correct. I play bass and sing, and then Yaya sings lead vocal. Plus, we also have J.R. Mack on keyboards. He sings lead. So we're blessed to have a lot of vocal talent in the band.
And the band has been around for 6 years, and you've had a bunch of different names. You know, I remember the first time I met you, and you're going to have to tell me the whole name of the band because I screw it up every time.
Yeah, you weren't the first and not the last. It was Reverend Barry and Funktastic Soul featuring the Hellacious Horns, which of course we just shortened to The Funk. You know, and people still manage to get that wrong too, but
they do.
You know.
Yeah, they go back to and the Funktastics sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I love the Hellacious Horns because what does that mean? Because you still have hellacious horns, don't you?
Yes.
We do, and people take it so literally. We had somebody respond to me, well, you guys were better when you had horns. I'm like, we've always had horns. Just because we dropped the name, the Hellacious Horns, off the name, it didn't mean we got rid of the horn section. So we still have horns. We're still 8 people in the band.
It's funny the way people perceive things. You know, we'll have you know, one caterer here at the hall, and somebody will think it's somebody else, and they're like, well, I like this food better, and it's the one they're complaining.
Same one.
You know, it's
right.
the same one, and you're like, oh my God. But you know, we all do that, I think.
Yeah.
But so how do you feel about returning to Friday Fest? It's going to be we should say in August the 16th, and a kick. Well, I shouldn't say what I was going to say, but a fantastic time.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Yeah.
That's all right.
This is a government show.
Yeah.
Well, you tell them, what do you remember from that last event?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. There's so many people out there. We had such a wonderful energy. It was great. There was some moments where you would see people, you would look up into the crowd, and you see smiles and just people having a great time. I mean, there were thousands of people. I mean, it was just all the way back, but it was amazing.
And all kinds of people, right? You know, people with dogs and babies and grandparents.
I mean, it was every age. I thought I saw like 5-year-olds and little kids dancing, as well as parents and families. I mean, it was just amazing.
And it's a free event. And we have some new food vendors this year, a lot of great food trucks. And, you know, I want to caution everybody. Please check with us, or don't just not come because it's raining in your area.
Right.
The one in July, the Friday Fest, I actually was on a plane circling, trying to land to get here. But, and it was my birthday too, so it was terrible. I was stuck up in the air and wanting to get to Friday Fest. But the problem was it rained all around us. And so there weren't a lot of people here because I think when you see rain out your window, oh my God, I don't want to go slogging through that. But down here at the Van Wezel, it was gorgeous that night. So, and of course, I guess the opposite could be the truth. But, you know, please check out, you know, with ABC7, who's one of our sponsors, or with us, you know, and come on down. You know, just because it's raining in your little piece of the world doesn't mean it's raining here. So, and it's, you know, many times we've moved them inside, but it's not the same, is it? You know, it's just not the energy that you feel outside.
Right. And the second one, I was saying, we always like to play for sort of new faces, and you know, because there's so many people that, because it's funny, we've been around for 6.5 years, and you'll have people at the Friday Fest that'll be like, wow, so where are you guys from? Where you? We're like, where have you been? 'Cause we've been around for 6, but it's the first time, because a lot of people don't, because we play a lot of late nights, a lot of bars and stuff like that, and a lot of people don't do that
How
necessarily.
can people find out where you're playing? Do you have a website or something?
Absolutely. If you go to reverendbarryandthefunk.com, in fact, it's a brand new website.
Yes.
We've gotten a lot of compliments on it. We're really excited about it. It's beautiful. So yeah, reverendbarryandthefunk.com. That's the best way to know when we're playing.
Because, I occasionally go out to seafood festivals, and I find some of these fantastic bands, such as yours, are playing. And if I knew that you were there, I might be more apt to come out, all by myself. But I just think the music is fabulous. But I have a note that says your latest single is Love Shine, and tell us about what's happening with that song, and where is it being played? And
Oh, wow. It's at 28 stations right now, KISS FM, iHeartRadio, Sirius, all over the nation.
Yeah.
And so it's and we just added like 4 more, right? Like yesterday, 4 more stations were added yesterday, which makes it 28. It's going with a bullet. Basically, we're going.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I think it's really interesting for people. We just had the show On Your Feet, which was the story of Gloria and Emilio Estefan. And in it, they talk about what the lengths they went through to get their music played. So how have you gotten your song on the radio? Do you know radio programmers, or how does that work?
Barry, tell her.
Well, that has everything to do with our new manager. We just got a kind of a random phone call a few months ago by a guy named Artie Fletcher, who's a famous actor and comedian, and he just saw our music. He saw actually the Love Shine video that we filmed at the White Buffalo here in Sarasota, and just loved the song. And he said, I used to manage bands back in the 80s. He got a few bands, record deals and stuff, and he said, so I'm going to come out of retirement on the music side, and I'd love to manage your band. And he has done an amazing job. And he actually had a contact with a guy that owned a lot of KISS FM stations around the country. And it's pretty. I mean, the music world is very different. It's hard for bands don't really get record deals anymore, but they get distribution deals. And so he actually is working with an attorney that's Ron Beanstalk, one of the most famous music attorneys in the country, and he's now our attorney. And so things are really taking off.
That is so fantastic. And I really urge everybody, come out and see Reverend Barry and see Yaya and the most gorgeous grandmother I've ever met. And, and we will see you back at the Van Wezel in just a minute.
The participation of residents in local government is very important to the well-being of any community. Volunteer advisory boards and committees are a great opportunity for local governments to engage their citizens in the process of crafting policies and tackling issues. The City of Sarasota has over 25 advisory boards and committees with numerous opportunities for our citizens to volunteer their time and expertise. From Parks and Recreation, to Public Art, to the Historic Preservation Board. Many advisory boards require some experience in particular fields or professions, and some only require residency in the City of Sarasota.